Mind has put me on the edge.
Killing a mature deer in itself is very hard to do. Killing a mature deer in the South, it's on a whole different level. Let's rewind back to the fall of 23. I'm going to bring you a story of a deer, a big 6-pointer that I was chasing at the hunting club ground, and I got really close to killing him one December morning. I brought you guys an episode back a couple of months ago about one of my goals was trying to kill a deer in the hunting club that I was in, where there was 10 to 12 other members. In this hunting club, there was a deer that I knew about, a big gnarly 6-pointer that I first got pictures of in the fall of 2021, where I estimated the deer to be approximately 5 to 6 years old. So fast forward to 2023, I get pictures of this 6, he's still alive, and I'm talking this son of a gun come off Noah's Ark, he's so old. Starting to look like fall in Alabama. I am going down a bumpy road, headed down to the hunting club that I'm in. Just turned on the gravel road here. Got just a little ways before I hit the gate, but we'll go down here and check a few cameras. We got a big cold front that's hitting. Today is what's today? The 27th, October 27th. Bow season's been in for a couple of days, or for a couple of weeks now, and I've only hunted one day, but we've had some really warm weather. I'm talking in the 80s, and I haven't had a lot of urge to hunt, haven't had a lot of pictures, but there's a cold front coming. I'll kind of show you something here. You got all these grasslands behind me, big cutover with just native grasses. Then you got all these big hardwoods. These deer staying on the edges and coming in these hardwoods eating acorns. There's definitely a shooter buck in here. He's a big gnarly 6-pointer. Just trying to figure out how I can hunt him. He really don't daylight a whole lot. But with this major cold front coming through, we might stand a chance at him daylighting. So, like I said, we hung a lock on in here. But it's really hard because these deer on edge in here, and y'all know these Bama deer look up in the trees. There's the lock on. But there's 2 converging trails from this ridge and this ridge over here. That's what we're hunting, we're eating. A lot of acorns in here. There's a blowdown tree right over there. I think I'm gonna try to brush a ground blind in there. Oh, blood and sweat equity. I got it brushed in though. This wind's picking up, I like it, so I can make some more noise. But the trails intersect right here and right here. You can see there's a ridge going here, a ridge going there, and these deer are skirting this flat right here. The trails intersect about 25 yards right there. I think that's going to be our best bet. So I'm going to move the camera, a satellite camera, and put it right here. We'll monitor it. See if he shows up the next couple of days. These Bama deer are so skittish, he's liable to see change in here and just move farms overnight. But I think we got the blind brushed in really well. So this deer lived in a 500-acre block of hardwoods. There was really no rhyme or reason where he was bedding. Moving cameras around several times, I finally found a pinch point between 2 hollows that he was coming through on top of a ridge. And when I moved that camera there, bam, I was getting him several times in the daylight, several times at night. I definitely found one of his main travel routes. Boy, we got a beautiful sunrise. It's just now getting light. I waited for it to get a decent bit of light so I could sneak in there. I'm walking in. You can see that moon is still up. That's why I'm thinking this morning's gonna be really good. Why I chose to come hunt this deer. try not to make a lot of noise. It's a little more windy than I thought it was going to be this morning, but it is cold. It's about 25 degrees. We're hunting. I'm hunting down at the hunt club. There's a big 6-pointer in here that we've known about for 3 years. And he's probably a 6.5, 7.5-year-old deer. But I got a daylight picture of him yesterday evening coming through this saddle. And I feel like with the moon hanging this morning, I think the moon sets about 9:15. Feel like it being cold and high pressure this morning with the moon up. There's a good chance we see this deer. Higher chance than normal. This deer does not daylight. But looking back a month ago, when the moon was still hanging in the mornings, full moon, it was cold one morning and we had a daylight picture of him at about 8:15 that morning. So the conditions are basically the same as it was a month ago when we got a daylight picture of him in the morning right here. So dang it. That was the big 6. That's the deer I'm in here to kill. He made, he never would stop. There was 2 does that come from my left and they walked pretty hard and then I could hear him. And before I knew it, he standing right in front of me at 15 yards and I was trying to get my stuff. Then he started walking. He never would stop. Dead gummit. The deer literally walks 30 yards in front of me. I'm trying to video myself and try to film the deer and I'm trying to get my gun ready. And he literally pushes 2 does off the sides of the ridge and then off the side of the ridge he went. And just like that was my opportunity. December the 6th. Down here at the hunt club, one of our properties in Alabama. I'm on a really big 6-pointer. Probably a 6.5 to 7.5-year-old deer. I've had pictures of him for 3 years. I actually almost killed him. Last week I had him right in front of me on this ridge. looks like the son of the deer that I'm hunting. Probably a 4-year-old. He probably needs to be shot, but I got a perfect wind this evening. I mean perfect. I'm about to slip into these woods on this saddle, blowing it right back out to the cutover. Perfect. So the rut comes and goes. You know, the deer kind of disappears during the rut. The buck does what bucks do during the rut. They disappear. Didn't have a lot of pictures of him. So fast forward to mid-January. I've still got the Blackgate camera on the ridge there. Then all of a sudden I get one picture of him. So it lets me know that he's made it through the rut. He's still alive. We have a snowstorm hit mid-January in Alabama. And it's driving me nuts because they have the road closed, the main road that we go to get down there. We got 8 inches of snow. The whole town's shut down. The whole area's shut down. And I'm getting daylight pictures of the Big Six, and I can't even get down there to hunt him. I know he's still alive, and it looks like he's got about 4 days left to make it through the Alabama season. So next year is your year, Big Six. We're coming after you hard. I learned a whole lot about you this year.